When you think about classic cars from the 1930s, you don't think about cars that are flashy. Hi, it's Bud Wilkinson. Today it's a story on a 1935 Ford 5-window coupe, which, as you can see, really stands out. Maybe it's the alluring tan color. Maybe it's the red rims and accents. Or maybe it's the rumble seat. But the 91-year-old Ford belonging to Bob Turrell of Thomaston, Connecticut, does demand attention. This color really pops. Did it come from the factory like this?
It is not the original paint, but it is the original color. If you look on the internet, I found several of them, but I've never come across one in person, this color.
Turrell has owned the Ford since Christmas time 2016. What attracted you to it? Were you looking for a 30s Ford?
I was looking for a 35 to 40 Ford coupe. The color attracted me a little bit, and some of the photos that he had I really liked. I was curious, so I had to go.
The seller was in Pennsylvania. What shape was it in?
It was a nice solid car. Had the original wire spoked wheels on it with wide white walls. When I got it home, I decided to do some upgrading to it with suspension, tires, wheels, to make it more of a roadworthy car for me. And then every year it evolved a little bit more, with the louvered hood, rewired it for safety. It's just been a wonderful car. One year I did tinted glass, one year I did air conditioning, and it's just evolved into the car it is today.
It is a car that shows some imagination.
The horns on the front are the original horns to the car, but I've upgraded them to parking lights and signal lights, for today's highways. Newer radial tires. It's a very roadworthy car. You could get in it and travel almost any place in it.
Have you had classic cars before?
Yes. Yeah.
What's your history? Let me ask you this. What was your first car as a teenager, I assume?
A 63 Corvair. Wonderful car. I had $200 to spend, and it was in my price range, and I bought it. And I drove it for almost 3 years.
Turrell wasn't always a classic car lover.
Well, I started with vintage motorcycles, and then when I had children, I kind of shied away from the motorcycles for a few years and got into cars so I could take family with me. I built a 35 Ford pickup. I had a 37 Ford coupe, a 37 Chevy, and then this car. So it's been a 30-year running of classic cars, basically. I enjoy the car shows and the camaraderie.
He's still into motorcycles. In his garage is a 1981 oil-and-frame Triumph Bonneville 750 with both a kickstarter and electric starter.
I started out years ago with Yamahas and then ventured into Triumphs, and then I went Indian for quite a few years, and now I'm back to Triumphs.
The 35 Ford may look its age styling-wise, but it is much more modern than it looks. What's under the hood?
It's a 350 Chevy motor with a turbo 350 transmission. It's an automatic with a Ford rear end.
Do you drive this a lot?
Quite a bit. I put about 4,000 miles on it this summer.
That's my ride. In Thomaston, Connecticut for CT Insider, I'm Bud Wilkinson.